Spider-Man 2 has released.
Yes, it has.
In the time that we spoke on the last podcast,
Yep.
some people have discussed yet again the length of video games. So,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, if you blitz through everything and you don't smell the flowers, you don't enjoy anything, you fast travel everywhere, and you do just the story, you can complete the game in 10 hours.
That's pretty disappointing.
If you are a normal person...
Now, in fairness, like you say, no one is, except speedrunners.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
If
cool.
you're obviously weak as fuck because you haven't got any other tokens, you can't enjoy it. You're not stopping to save anybody on the way. You're not being Spider-Man.
You're not being a hero.
You're not being a hero there.
And you're not enjoying yourself.
If you play it the normal way, 20 hours.
That's a good stint.
Right? And then it's 30 hours to do full completionist to get all of the tokens, all the story stuff, all the side stuff like that.
Quite nice, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
But some people, clearly the Xbox people, were raising it as $70 for 10 hours of content. That's terrible right there.
Cool.
Give me your take on video game length, even though we've said it many times before.
Kind of contradictory, right? Because I brought up Valhalla earlier being way too long for not enough game. Similarly, like I don't have a problem with the game being short. The Last of Us 1 is like 8 hours or 13 hours, something like that. Like if you just go the whole way, right?
Yeah.
And then equally, I'm like 30 hours deep into my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm not even a third of the way through it. The game should be as long as it needs to be, and give me space to fuck around extra, right? So my version of mainlining is going in the general direction of the story, and that should take me realistically about 20 hours, roughly. Would be a nice length.
Yeah.
I will say 10 hours of like hardcore content is still better value for your money than going to the cinema and watching like No Way Home. Although I love No Way Home, by the way. But like, it's better value for money. I'm getting more entertainment, and I'm getting a better kind of entertainment because I'm Spider-Manning, not watching Spider-Man, right? I'm not watching a guy in tights. I'm inside the guy in tights.
Phrasing, Jesus. I'm inside of the guy who's in tights.
I'm going to come. So, God damn it. So, well, how long did it take to beat Stray? I really enjoyed Stray.
Stray was very short. I mean, there was a trophy to beat the thing in like, I think it was like 3 hours.
Time to beat Stray.
So
5 hours.
The game itself is like 5 hours. There you go.
I really enjoyed it. Now, it wasn't a $7 game.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that. And it was a very unusual game. Also, games can be oppressively long. I don't want a game to just keep me busy. I want to have things that I cannot stop doing. Right? So, again, to pick Valhalla, not to beef on Ubisoft, but, you know, frick Ubisoft, like, that game was not considerate of my time. The Witcher, Baldur's Gate 3, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, God of War 2018, Horizon, like, these are games that I couldn't stop playing and put tons of time into. I invested because I was loving it. So the idea that, like, that there's a right length for games is kind of stupid on its face. And also, I get the impression that 10 hours is like, you do nothing else.
Nothing.
You swing directly to the marker, you do the mission, the next mission pops up, you go to that mission, like there's nothing in between.
Yeah.
That's not how anyone plays video games.
Yeah.
That's not what a person does. That's what maybe speedrunners find like. And also, people are going to throw shade at 10 hours when you can beat Elden Ring in 3.5 minutes.
Exactly.
I want to double check that. I don't
see what the current record is on YouTube.
World record Elden Ring speedrun. Tell me the guy's name.
Give him credit.
I'm going on YouTube. Hold on.
What's
your opinion on it?
So, my opinion, first of all, about Elden Ring, there's this one Twitch streamer that I follow, Miss Mika. I can't remember her full name, but she has played 2 Elden Rings at the same time, fought the main boss, the Maligno.
Yeah.
One of them on a dance mat, and one of them using mouse and keyboard.
I hate that.
And she fucking beat. I was like,
I saw a guy.
that's like the ultimate version of like rub your belly and pat your head, but infinitely more complex.
Not
Even if you put it on easiest mode, there is no mode on easy mode. It's just the mode.
I'm not related to speedrunning, but I saw a guy on Twitch who did a no damage, not no death, no damage run of all the games like chronologically, and if he got hit once, he went back to the beginning, and he beat it. He went from like wherever it's Demon Souls or Bloodborne or whatever, all the way to Elden Ring, and took no damage from start to finish.
That's crazy. Some people are.
It took him like
autistic.
7 months or something out of like constant like 12-hour day streams.
I bet.
But like, see, that's one of the things that I love about video games, and I hated these games, by the way, personally. But I love that a game like that can make people so passionate, and that's what I was hoping for. You know, we were talking about Starfield. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Right, guys that like that about Starfield. Like we have that for Cyberpunk. We have that for The Witcher. We have that for every other game, just not this one. And that's sort of bothering me. I'm gonna watch the video. I just want to see. Hold on.
How long is the video?
I'm skipping through. It's a guy reacting. Hold on.
We could watch the entirety of Elden Ring on this podcast, and you wouldn't even notice it. You might.
1 minute and 23 seconds. And they made you pay $50 for that.
I bought the collector's edition. Disgusting. Can't believe they stole my money like that.
I'm going to verify
From
that. I don't
Soft,
believe it.
you
Elden
bastard.
Ring 1 minute speed. I want to find the actual video.
Tell me it isn't true. Your look makes it look like it's going to be, oh yeah, there's one that's 26 seconds.
56.
Oh my God.
Oh, I think this might be a joke. I think it's a joke.
Okay, good. Anyway,
Yeah,
put that aside for a second.
Yeah,
so,
please.
my take on the whole game length versus money and stuff like that. I think comparing video games and putting a price tag on the length of it is completely asinine.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid because you're not buying a length of something. You're not buying a length of copper pipe. You're not buying...
That would be worth...
That would be worth something. They're not buying a length of a size of property. You're not buying a volume of liquid in a jar.
I'm going to come.
You're buying an experience.
Yeah.
The experience should make you feel something, should make you feel joy, should make you enjoy yourself. If that's what happens, that's worth the price tag. Not how long it happens for. This is completely asinine. And putting a price tag, or putting a number, a value number next to a length is completely regressive as like a measuring stick. Baldur's Gate, for example. Yeah. Hundreds of possible hours of enjoyment out of that thing. Does that mean that you're going to go pay $1,000 for it?
No, it's ridiculous.
Is that what you... Because if you're going to do it in that direction, then you have to do it in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Your own measurement. Now, I completely understand that some people don't have the money to buy video games like we do. We're blessed, right?
Yeah. Well, also, I ration my spending. First of all, we game share for most of our things. Second of all, if I have old stuff, I'll sell it unless it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll sell it and
exactly. Some people only get an allotted like 2 games a year.
Yeah.
And they have to be very picky. And you would be upset if it ended too soon or something like that. But being upset that you had a fantastic experience, but you wish it went on for another 30 hours, that doesn't make sense to me.
No.
You got the fantastic experience.
I will give one caveat.
Go on.
So I've been on the other side of this with The Order 1886.
Yeah.
Where the game was too short. But my reasoning was not that the game was short. My reasoning was it was very clear they were setting up another game. They should have, if the game had been that long, I think it was something like 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
But had wrapped up a good story, I'd have been okay with it. It was gorgeous, by the way, and a lot of really interesting stuff.
Intriguing, set up a good premise, and then it ended. And I was like,
it was basically another version of like the predatory microtransaction thing, where it's like you obviously have 3 games of this length ready,
Yeah.
and you just wanted to sell me the next game.
It was
Just make it
clear.
a good game.
It seems like it was part of the sales pitch in the room to the executives. It was like,
We're gonna make this.
we're going to end on a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And
We've
people
already
are-
built the rest of the
So
game.
you're gonna-
We're gonna be able to sell the next one the next
Exactly.
year.
The
It's
story's
ready.
written already. It's right there. And you're going to be able to sell the second lot. So this isn't $70 from people. It's $140 from people.
Right, exactly.
And you can clearly
And
tell.
that I do have a problem with. But like we said, Stray is 5 hours. I had no problem with that.
No
I
problem.
really enjoyed Stray. I
Yeah.
think it's a very, very good game.
Yeah.
But it's 5 hours long.
Yeah.
Also, how long is Minecraft, by the way? Oh, yeah, it depends.
Yeah, what about infinite games? Like, for example, I remember one guy getting in on it on Twitter. I put out the thing, I was like, game length is such a stupid thing, similar to what I was saying now. And he's like, dude, single player story games are total scams. They're rip-offs. Games like Destiny, where you can put hundreds of hours into it, that's what your $70 is worth. And I was like,
What about Fortnite, which is free?
I love also that he used Destiny, because Destiny you can't just put $70 into it.
No, you can't.
All the expansions you need. So you've been paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm a Destiny fan. I know.
Like, yeah, exactly. It
My
doesn't,
wallet
it
is bare.
doesn't, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This model falls apart. That's not
Where-
how we calculate.
Whereas
enjoyment.
our way of calculating it is enjoyment, experience, storytelling. It also doesn't work with movies, for example, like you've mentioned and whatnot. Movies are incredibly expensive per hour ratio, and if that was the yardstick that you're mentioning, where it's just purely how long it keeps you in there, then everyone should be Zack Snyder Justice League fans.
There you go.
Everyone should be like, yes, Martin Scorsese's Irishman, the best movie ever.
And right,
Done.
Also,
No, don't MCU nonsense, get out of here.
Yeah. Or like you watch a movie, it's like an hour and 20 minutes long, and you're not complaining you're getting ripped off because you're paying the same price for that as you did for, let's say it, Justice League had gone to the cinema.
Yeah.
You'd have paid the same sort of price. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
And the converse of that is if a game isn't worth it, we'll tell you it's not worth your money.
Yeah.
Like what they're giving you isn't worth it. Don't buy it. That's how products work.
Yeah.
But like if I go and buy 2 hoodies and they're both £50, that's a lot, by the way, and one falls apart in the first wash. In fact, we did this with our merch. We had merch that came and we just weren't happy with it. Like, that's not a good enough product. We went somewhere else. That's what you do. But you don't just go, oh, well, actually, we'll take your shit product, but you got to give us a huge discount. I don't want a shit product.
Yeah.
We want good stuff. That's why freaking Dave Bindis is still wearing that same hoodie from like year 1, right? Some of you guys have like true gamer merch. We like, that's soft. That's good. I'm not trying to sell our merch. We don't hardly make any money. But the point is like, you look for good products and they're worth money. And I'll pay a little bit extra for something that's actually worth it. Mm. And if it isn't, we tell you, don't buy it. Don't spend £10 at McDonald's. Go and buy some food and make yourself a proper burger.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. The chips are pretty good if they salt them.
Mate, all the McDonald's in my area, it's like they've got something against salt.
There is a saint in my McDonald's who, after, I think it's right around closing, when he's not being watched, I don't know who it is, he'll salt the chips, which are just like plain potato earlier in the day. He salts the chips, and I think this is relatively fair, like common practice, like near closing, anything that's going to get thrown away, they just give us the extra, because one, it's good marketing, and two, it's either going to get thrown away or you can eat it, and then you think, oh, this McDonald's sometimes gives me free stuff, right? But instead of it being like the odd cheeseburgers, go freaking fills the bag. Every now and then, me and my missus, like when we're off together and she's off the next day,
Do you want to try our luck?
yeah, exactly. So we'll wait until like 10 or 11, which is a super unhealthy time to be eating, and just like
Right before bed.
pig out and like stuff ourselves with McDonald's. But like I need to find the guy, because nobody else does it, and like you can tell when he's not working, because if you order late at night, you get like a cheeseburger or something and the unsalted chips. I need to find the guy. He's a freaking legend. Anyway, that's worth the money. Game length is stupid. That's not how it works.
Speaking on the McDonald's thing, my girlfriend keeps seeing like videos on like Instagram and stuff like that of McDonald's workers saying like, I like to put an extra chicken nugget in my boxes and whatnot. So when they order 6, they get 7. When they order 9, they get like 10 or something like that. And ever since then, she's like looking. She's like, 6 again. She's always disappointed. It's clearly like just a couple of people that are doing this.
I saw one guy that was like, every time, for like, I worked at Popeyes or KFC or something for like 3 years. Every single time, the 10-piece, I gave him 11. And the 11 herbs and spices are like thyme, coriander, whatever. And I was like,
broke the secret.
Yeah. Anyway,
game length is judging the game by its game length is the most asinine conversation I've ever heard. It's
not what makes
so baseless, and the way that you guys say it with your chest, the way you guys say it with such bravado, with the gall, it pisses me off so much.
It's not what makes a game good. And then the other side of that argument is, so okay, then infinite length games are like World of Warcraft, right? The OG game, one was a monthly subscription, but let's forget that.
Yeah.
The speed run from like starting the game to level cap is 24 hours. That's the speed run. Does that make World of Warcraft like the best game ever? There are guys with literally thousands of days of game time. Is it the best game ever? Is that how that works? Or what about, like we said, Fortnite? Does that mean that Ninja's the best game ever because he's got the most time in the best game ever because it's free and infinitely long?
Yeah.
Like, nothing about that model works.
Nothing.
The pricing fluctuation, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work because there's no way that Baldur's Gate 3 should cost less than not Starfield. That's better. Yeah, Starfield on PC, or I guess you can. Can you buy Starfield?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
There's no way that should work.
Yeah,
because you get more game. How does that make sense? Or that it should be less than God of War because it's way longer and therefore better.
I mean, they're a metric.
And also, so like, here's an example. We're both saying how great Baldur's Gate is. I don't know if it's even appropriate to say that it's better than like God of War 2018 because it's so different. It's such a different experience and such a different engagement and stuff, such a different way of telling a story that it's not appropriate to say, to like compare them. It'd be like saying, what's your favorite painting versus your favorite movie? You know, oh well, Mona Lisa's way better than Endgame, right? Like it doesn't work. So the whole thing is ridiculous. Yeah. And then what about games that just speak to people, like Stray? I bet there's someone that Stray was there, like that was the game, the best experience they've ever had, and they were ever gonna have, or Elden Ring, or Horizon, or whatever it is. How do you quantify that? Exactly. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
So stupid.